Well, good morning. Welcome to a new video. If you didn't see my last video, I visited a priory, I went to Ironbridge and I stopped over at Wenlock Edge and had a great time doing some sunset photography, and it was just really enjoyable. And today basically I've woke up and it's cloudy outside, so I don't know if I'm going to get some sunrise, but today we're going to try and do some sunrise photography even though it's cloudy, and then going to have a wander around Much Wenlock, Wenlock Priory, and then on to somewhere else. So I hope stay with me for this little video. Well, like I've just said, unfortunately it is absolutely overcast, completely cloudy this morning, so sunrise photography, as in the colours in the sky and stuff like that, that ain't gonna happen, I don't think. But like I say, I've still got about an hour and a half, so what I'm going to do is about a half an hour drive down up and down the road, because there's a lot of pull-ins and that I can see, you know, over to where the sun would be rising, to see if I can get one or two pictures, because I could walk the way that I did like last night, and there are some views that way, but I don't fancy doing that this morning because, like I say, unfortunately my body isn't the best at the moment. It's hurting, and it was, like I say, I didn't have a bad night's sleep, but it's just, you know, my hands and cramp up and bits and pieces, and I can't feel them in the morning. And it's like I say, it's not the camper, it's just that's the way my body is, and like I say, just in a bit of pain, so I don't fancy doing a proper walk this morning anyway. So in a way I'm glad it's a bit cloudy, but then unfortunately I don't get content for you guys, and then I don't get any nice pictures. But again, for me it doesn't matter. I've been out in the camper and that's what mattered. Last night was absolutely perfect, so if I don't get anything in a bit, it doesn't matter. So anyway, we'll see what the conditions are like in a bit and see where we end up. I've just moved the car down the road a little bit so we've got a better view, but the sun is rising in 10 minutes over that way, and as you can see it is completely cloudy and everything else. Unfortunately there's no light whatsoever. I mean, the views are, like I say, spectacular here. This is exactly where I was for the final time last night as well. Unfortunately no colour, but again it doesn't matter, does it? You know, I've been out in the camper, that's the main thing. So anyway, not too sure what I'm going to do because we've still got a few hours before everything opens and stuff like that. So anyway, get back in the van, but I'll get a shot or two of this anyway if the light comes up a little bit. Unfortunately the conditions didn't get any better, there was no light. It's just like, as you can see, it's just completely cloudy, so any nice shots went out the window. And to be honest, yeah, it's a nice view, but I just couldn't find a direct subject. But what I've been doing anyway, I take pictures of Lego minifigures while I'm out and about, and I've got these, like these are the torch ones, so they're larger. So I've just been playing around with different shots of these and everything else. It's just a bit of fun anyway. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Much Wenlock in a minute, and then to the Priory, and then I don't know from there where we're going anyway. As I've got some time to waste, I thought I'll have a cup of coffee, relax a little bit before I've got to set off and go around different places. But remember, Wenlock Edge, as the name suggests, is an edge, and there is a very steep drop in places. So you've just got to be careful by the edge and be very wary of your footing. Just arrived at Much Wenlock. I've parked in one of the car parks. It's only 60p an hour, and if you've got a disabled badge you actually get an extra hour, so I've put like 3 hours in, which gives me 4 hours, because like I say, the Priory is just a 5-minute walk away. You've got the museum, you've got some shops, so we're just going to have a wander around and see what's here. There's a lovely church here. I mean, you can just see it behind me here. The front is around the other side, and there's a little bit of a graveyard. I always like taking pictures of churches, and I do like churches. I'm not religious in any way, shape or form, but I love actually churches because of the detail and everything else. And it's good that the churches are still going, because there are ones that people don't go, and that's the problem. Like I say, I'm not religious, so I don't go, and they don't get the funding and things like that. But yeah, just lovely, peaceful place as well. But the church is actually open to go in, the doors are open. I don't like going around churches, even though I like churches. I don't know, I just feel weird going in there and that. So we're just going to have a quick look around and see what it's like in there. Well, as you've seen, it's a beautiful church. There's nice stained glass windows. And like I say, I'm not religious, but I love going in there. There is a donation thing. They even take card as well. So I've put a few quid in the box just to keep it going. Because like I say, it's like with the English Heritage and National Trust places, you know, these things take money to keep going. So if you are visiting a church or something like that, put a few quid in, or whatever you can afford really. Sorry about any noise. There's a bin that one again coming down. So anyway, we're going to head to the Priory now anyway. When I'm out and about, I always go off track slightly. Just walking to the Priory, and there's a little public footpath because there's some balls in the field just here, and I just thought I'd get a few pictures of them. So yeah, back to the Priory anyway. I'm at Wenlock Priory now. Just sat down now for a minute because I haven't had any breakfast, and I bought some bits and pieces yesterday, and one of those things was like a sandwich. So I'm just going to sit here, eat my sandwich, just relax and just take it in, and then we'll have a proper wander around anyway. Well, the monastery was first founded here in the late 7th century. It was home to men and women, but they did have like separate churches, and they was devoted to worship like any of these places. I mean, again, like I say, I just like coming round them because it makes your imagination run wild and imagine it how it was. I mean, this is only a small little place, but we're just going to have a wander anyway. I mean, the grounds are really well kept. I mean, you've got the bushes here, like topiary is it? I think it is. And they're all different shapes. You've got bears, you've got squirrels, you've ducks. Some I can't make out, but they're just absolutely lovely. And again, it's very peaceful here as well. Nice place just to come and relax. It's amazing certain things still survive, like you've got the arches within the wall here, and it's like lovely, and that even though there's no roof and there's no flooring directly, but it's still like that. And again, it makes you, like I say, it always makes your imagination run wild, that you would be able to see the beams and everything in your mind. I mean, even though it's not a big place to look around now, you can see the outlines of what would have been the other buildings. Like even here, these are the bottoms of like what would have been the columns going up. So it does give you an idea of the scale of what it would have been. Well, there you go, that's a little tour around Wenlock Priory. Nice little place to come. Like I say, if you're interested in all the history and everything else, there's so many information boards and everything else around, so, and there's a guidebook available. So if you want to know the full history, better than me just talking over it, that's the best way to go, really. But like I say, nice little place, and I'm glad I've actually came here. Again, it's a place I haven't been to, it's where I was. So yeah, nice. Really nice, and just like I say, nice to just come and just get out, relax. You know, like I say, just even enjoying my sandwich there. It was just nice and peaceful. So anyway, what we're going to do now is head back into the town and then I think there was a little museum, maybe nip into there, and then back to the camper, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I forgot to say there is a little car park actually by the side of it. It is pay and display, but if you're an English Heritage member, it is actually free. I parked mainly in the town. I didn't realise this was my here. I've parked in the town anyway because I wanted to have a look around the town, which I'm glad I did because we're going around the church. Back at the camper now. I didn't go to the museum. It's only a little small museum anyway, because my legs are knackered, my body is knackered. I'm hurting. I've had about half an hour sitting here just having a coffee, and then I'm going to set back off, and I'm going to head towards home. But there's Moseley Old Hall, or Moseley Old Hall, depending on where you pronounce it. This is a little National Trust place. Like I say, it's literally on the way back, so that's where we're going to go in a minute. I'm just having another 5 minutes, and then make sure I can actually get driving, really, because my legs just don't want to work. Right, I'm at Moseley Old Hall, and basically it's an old Elizabethan farmhouse. It's basically famous for hiding King Charles II after his defeat at Worcester when he was on the run from parliamentary troops. I don't know that much about history, I'm just reading what's here. But basically I've been here before. Like I say, it is a little farmhouse. It's owned by National Trust. Again, I'm a member, so I can't remember how much it is. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, we're just going to have a wander around because, like I say, it's on the way back. Anyway, there's gardens, there's even a woodland walk. I don't know if I'll be doing that today because my legs, like I say, are absolutely killing. But you can walk around the house and everything else. So let's get on and have a look around I'm filming this in late September, so we're starting into autumn at the moment. So, you know, we've got a nice archway walk through here. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I mean, I probably would have said this would have had a bit more colour in the summer, but it's still nice to see here. I mean, you've got the box garden by the side, really nice and formal. You know, like I say, it is just a little farmhouse, so you can't say any more than that. But again, there's history to it, and again, if you're interested in the history, that's why visiting these kind of places. I'm going to go inside the hall now, like I do with a lot of my videos, like with these kind of places, because like I say, I don't like recording inside, so I'm going to go into the hall now, but like I do with a lot of these kind of places, is what I'll do is I'll do a walkthrough video and I'll do a voiceover telling you the history, because it's harder to do in such a small space and trying to stop and start because you've got other people in there and everything else. So let's go and have a look around. Originally, the estate was owned by the Cordsall family. It was then purchased by Henry Pitt in 1583, and then the hall was constructed around the 1600s. And then after Henry's death in 1602, it was inherited by his daughter, who later married Thomas Whitgreave. And as I've said, the hall is most famous for hiding King Charles II in September of 1651, which on arrival they gave him food, clothing, proper bed to sleep, though he did have to hide in the priest hole. He stayed there around
a week. Well, the layout of the hall now is on the ground floor you've got the external entrance, a parlour, a brew house, and then the first floor 2 different bedrooms including the king's room alongside with dressing room, study and a corridor, and the second floor contains a chapel, a bedroom and the main attic and a garret, I think that is. And remember, the hall is a grade 2 listed building, and the National Trust took over the property in 1962, which was nearly empty of furniture, paintings, etc., and then it was opened to the public the following year. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that quick walk around. Like I say, it is only like a small, like old Victorian farmhouse. Again, if you want to know the history, there are people around there that will actually go into so much detail. I mean, as soon as I went in, the person was very knowledgeable and told me the history of about when King Charles II actually came here and stuff like that. So again, for me, I'm just visiting. I just wanted somewhere to go on the way back. But any National Trust place, you've got so much history. Like I say, I prefer English heritage properties in the respect of the ruins more than this, because like I said before, it's my imagination and stuff like that, and I just prefer that kind of thing. But these kind of things, yes, we are steeped in history, and it is important, you know, because if things like this didn't happen, then we wouldn't have certain things today. So yeah, but like I say, it was like a nice walk around. I'm back at the camper now. I mean, there is like a meadow walk and a little bit of a woodland walk there and everything else. Unfortunately, my body ain't going to let me do that kind of thing. And I've just wanted to show that place off really, and just to document it really. And like I say, you know, photography wise, I haven't had a good trip in the respect of today anyway, because this morning sunrise was a bust because of complete cloud. But I visited, like I say, Wenlock Priory. I've been into that church, you know, I've now come here. So at the end of the day, you know, it's been a nice trip out. And like what I'm trying to do with these videos is, yes, I could just go out for sunrise and then sunset and have a relaxing day in the van, which would be great for me, but then it's not that much content for this. And I do this for a bit of fun. I just want to share these different places and stuff like that. So like I say, I'm just sitting here in the camper, just having a coffee before actually setting off home, because I'm about 25 minutes from home. Yeah, it's like I say, it's been an enjoyable trip, spur of the moment thing and everything else. And I'm glad, like I say, I've got this camper because I can do these kind of things, and I do enjoy going out and about. It's just like I say, just my body won't let me, but as long as I push myself, and tablets help, if you know what I mean. So yes, they do help. So but yeah, anyway, I'm rambling at the end of this video. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. I mean, if you haven't seen my channel before, this is what I try and do, is I try and share these kind of things. So please subscribe, click that bell icon, and if you're a regular viewer, click the like button, comment, everything else like that for YouTube, because it is appreciative. Because I'd like to say, I do these for a bit of fun, and if it gets me more viewers, I absolutely love that, and I like reading the comments and everything else. Well, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So bye for now. Bye. Inside and everything. I mean, no, but again, we've had history. We've had Moseley Old Hall, we've had